Why does your real-time architecture break? It all starts with just getting data in. There's both hardware and software limitations. There's bandwidth and input output operation per second limitations on on disks, but there's also just the overhead of trying to manage ingestion of millions of records a second. If I take any number times it by 1,000,000, it starts to add up pretty fast. Right away, it becomes a challenge to get enough data in fast enough. Well, let's say you do that. Now we have the challenge of what we call freshness. Getting it in and just stationary in the database is great and all, but if I can't run queries on it, does it even really exist? So in order to try to help with freshness, there needs to be a step of pre-aggregation to basically build out my use case tables and do so as fast as possible and as frequently as possible to keep that data up to date. Those are very expensive queries. And typically what I've seen is they'll be done maybe overnight, maybe on an hourly basis for real-time systems. So the most real time you can get at that point is an hour. Doesn't sound very real time. Then there's just, waiting for my my query to be finished. I'm sure people who in data science or data engineering, they run a query and all of a sudden it'll say 5% complete. They walk away, they grab a cup of coffee, they come back and they'll say 5% complete, and they kind of bang their head on a desk. Real time is only real time if the user can actually run a query. Now that's a challenge because as more and more users are using the system at the same time, what resources you have to serve those queries keeps getting divided. So as you add more users, the amount of resources you can use per query diminishes. Now, that's a problem because when you diminish them, queries run slower. That's sort of the trade-off that I'll get into later.